Summer is the perfect time of year to roll up your sleeves and reach for delicious crab. So Robert Shankwitz with Red Lobster is here to give us all the details on what to look for and how to dive into delicious crab. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we are celebrating Crab Fest going on at Red Lobster. Give me all the details.
So Crab Fest is the perfect time of year to come in and enjoy some different types of crab. We have types of crab that we don't normally sell during the rest of the year. We have some options and some pairings that we don't typically sell throughout the rest of the year.
Perfect. Now, you brought a big spread today, and I can already tell that we have a couple different types of crab legs here. So why don't you explain to me what you brought?
Okay, so right here we have our North American jumbo snow crab. It's the largest type of crab that we sell all year. It's got a very delicate flavor, or very delicate meat, a sweet flavor, and it is absolutely delicious.
All right.
Our second right here is going to be the Pacific Dungeness crab. It's got a very mild flavor, a very flaky meat. You can see behind it how it kind of breaks up as you take it out. And then right here we have our Pacific King crab. Comes from the icy waters off the coast of Alaska and Canada. And as you can see, it's got that really hard, spiny shell.
Right.
And it's got some really nice
Comes out a little more
chunks of meat.
solid, more chunk,
It
right?
does, absolutely. It's very sweet and savory.
So what type is the most popular that, you go to a restaurant, you order crab legs, what's the most common type?
The most common type is actually going to be the snow crab, which is going to be similar to the jumbo snow, but slightly smaller.
Okay.
And then some of the more popular as well is going to be that king crab. We offer that throughout the year, but it is most popular during the Crab Fest, and it is because of that sweet flavor.
That sweeter flavor. All right. So there's a trick to cracking a crab leg and getting the most meat possible, right?
There is, absolutely.
Okay. Can you teach us how to do that? Because we want to make sure that we savor every morsel, right?
Absolutely. One of the great things is if somebody does forget how to do this, the seafood experts at Red Lobster can always come back and show you.
Perfect.
And this is actually how I do it pretty much on a regular basis. So you're going to pull each leg off, and you want to kind of break each piece out.
So you break it at both ends then?
You break it at both ends, absolutely.
right.
And then you're going to crack it a little bit.
Is there a trick on which angle to put the cracker on the leg? Some people say put it on a certain rim or a certain line. Is there a trick to it or just wherever?
It kind of depends on your preference.
Okay.
I usually find that if you go in through the thicker part and crack indirectly, or kind of how you watched me do this, I think it's more of a triangular piece. So you come in through that thick part to crack that hardest part. That's going to be the biggest trick.
All right.
Then you're going to come in and you're going to kind of just crack it a little more, kind of break it so that it comes out of it, or so it's releasing from the shell. And then eventually you're going to crack that absolutely open. Oh, I just ripped that one.
But that
You should
allows
be
you
able
to
to-
kind of get your fingers in there and pull
Right.
that meat out then.
Right, absolutely. So we can get you another nice big piece. And just kind of crack, pull those tendons out. And this one will come out really nicely, I can already tell.
You can hear the crisp of it. It's so crazy.
All right, so that one.
So with that one, you didn't even need your cracker.
I didn't even
either.
need the cracker. Those are usually a lot, the big thick pieces are usually a lot easier to just pull right out. And there's your
And
delicious
that's a big,
meat
perfect
right there.
piece. And that applies to any type of leg you're working with, right?
Absolutely.
Same technique.
Right.
So, and like you said, if we happen to forget, then the fabulous people at the restaurant are going to help us out to remember.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It seems like a lot of work, but it's well worth it. It's not really that bad.
Right, it's definitely well worth it. That meat is definitely worth that extra work.
All right, so you said this one's a little bit sweeter, but still the same approach for every leg, regardless of whether it's a more solid piece or kind of the more flaky pieces that we see. With Crab Fest, though, the great thing is it's not only a variety of crab legs that are available, but you have some great pairings, too.
We have some amazing pairings. Right here is going to be our Crab Fest combo. We're going to have over a pound of the jumbo snow that we already talked about, and the Dungeness. So that's one of our pairings that we have. You can also pair it with some of our other proteins, our seafood proteins. This right here is our crab stuffed shrimp, along with a wood-grilled salmon. And we have our crab lover's dream. It's the ultimate feast for the crab lover. You've got your king crab, you've got your signature crab linguine alfredo, and your snow crab.
Yum.
Of course, all of those are going to come with your sides and your choice of beverage. And one of the great things I do want to touch on, seeing we do have all of these wonderful meats here, we at Red Lobster are very adamant about making sure that we have plenty of seafood for ourselves and for the generations to come. So we have redlobster.com/seafood with standards. You can actually find where we get every piece of our seafood, and in the restaurant we have where we can look up where each of these seafood
Wow.
pieces come from. So.
And you were telling me something really interesting before during the commercial break, that a lot of your crab legs come from a popular TV show in many ways.
Absolutely.
Explain that to me.
Right now we're partnering with Discovery's Deadliest Catch, and some of the seafood, some of the jumbo snow crab that you see is actually bought from the boats on that Discovery's
Wow.
Deadliest Catch. So, absolutely, yeah. So you might be eating something that you see from that
We might
show.
have just seen it on TV.
Right, exactly, exactly.
All right, and of course it's going to come with your famous cheese biscuits.
Cheddar
I
bay
love
biscuits.
those, they're so good. All right, so we can enjoy Crab Fest for how long? And if we can't make it in the restaurant, we can get it to go, right?
To go, absolutely. It actually just announced that we're going to be ending it on September 2nd. So
All
September
right.
3rd, we're going to start our next one. But we do offer Red Lobster to go. If for some reason you can't sit down or you want to enjoy it while you're watching a movie at the house, you can always get that
watching
crab-
Deadliest Catch,
Or
right?
watching Deadliest Catch, exactly.
All right,
you can get that Red Lobster to go.
All right, good to know. So you have until September 2nd to get out and enjoy Crab Fest at Red Lobster. Tell us your location.
I am with the Hickson location at 8131 Northgate Mall Drive.
Yeah, we know where you are, Hickson. That's
Yeah,
all we
Hickson.
need to know.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
All right, perfect. Thanks so much for joining us, Robert, and telling us how to crack the perfect crab legs. Be sure to enjoy Crab Fest. We'll be right back on Let's Chat.